welcome to Wayzata High School on a windy and cool Saturday afternoon for Section 6 AA Girls Soccer. A semifinal matchup as old rivals collide again here. The Hopkins Royals, the number 3 seed, and the number 2 seed, the Wayzata Trojans. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Chad Morris, one of the boys coaches over at Maple Grove, who's also coached quite a few of these girls in off-season soccer. And great matchup, 2 great games between these teams this year, Chad. Both of them were 1 goal, and Hopkins has to feel like if there's a year we have a good chance against Wayzata, this might be it.
I think there is a little bit of that in the minds of the Hopkins players. They've gone year after year where they haven't quite gotten that piece of the puzzle to fit together, and they should be looking to try to take advantage of hopefully a Wayzata team that can be beat.
Wayzata, a 2-time defending state champion, but a lot of new faces in their lineup this year, and you expected that it would be a slower process for them to get there, but they always seem to be ready come playoff time.
I think when you got the tradition of a school like Wayzata and their past and the good players, you know that there might be a little bit of experience that needed to be gained throughout the year. But come playoff time, you know the coaching staff's going to have Wayzata ready, and they've got some talented, gifted players that want to make an impact. So I think they'll be ready as well.
Clearly the wind could be somewhat of an issue, seems to be coming across the field here toward our backs right now as we speak, and I think you have to get ready for that. It is the same for both teams, but you have to be conscious of it a little bit while at the same time not letting it get in your head too much.
I think that's a part of it. I think the girls just have to go out and play and play the way that they know how to and follow the coach's plan, but at times you'll see if the coaches want to push and take a chance, or they'll wait for opportunities given by the other team. But it's October, it's classic fall section soccer.
Hopkins hasn't beaten Wayzata since 1995. They're going to try and change that here this afternoon. The Trojans want to take care of business and get into that section final, and a possible matchup with Minnetonka would be the likely scenario there. Stay tuned. The Royals and the Trojans play for a spot in the 6 AA championship next on 12 Sports. Welcome back as we get set to get play started here. Each team has won 10 times coming in, but Wayzata just 4 losses and 3 ties. They advanced the other day with a 5-0 victory over Minneapolis South. Hopkins a 3-0 win over Armstrong in their quarterfinal round game. They struggled a little bit down the stretch of the regular season, went 1-3 in their last 4, but then you look, they're 1 goal game with Edina, 1 goal game with Wayzata. Sometimes those results don't really tell you the whole story, because they've been playing obviously a real difficult schedule down the stretch, and they're ready to go. They feel like they have an opportunity, and Wayzata, it's that aura. Can we knock somebody like this off in playoff time especially? Hopkins will be in blue and Wayzata in white. There's the new turf this this fall at Wayzata. And guessing, the turf seems to get a little better each year with some of the new technology and things. So I'm guessing the playability is a little bit better here than it's been in the last couple of years.
I think the players are happy. I think the old turf was a little matted down and it would blow with the wind. So it's a good surface. It's a little windy today, so we'll see.
Keepers probably more than anybody a little nervous about the wind conditions. Gretchen Patterson, the junior for Hopkins, and Megan Geppert, the senior for Wayzata. And we are underway as the Royals get things started here. Got a couple of real dynamic players to watch for them, with Jelaine DeYoung, number 11, and 19, Corbin Boyd. A lot of their offensive attack runs through those two. In fact, DeYoung had both goals against Wayzata in that last meeting, which Hopkins actually built a 2-0 lead before Wayzata came back on him. Kayla Schultz playing at left side here, looking to go to Lindsay Clay. Not quite able to keep it in, though, and the Trojans will get a throw.
And we'll have to see how well Corbin Boyd and Jelaine DeYoung are able to link up early in this game and try to put a little pressure on the Wayzata defense.
They send it over right side. Long run to get to it, and there you see that wind pushing the ball off the field right away. And Tony Pesnicker, the Trojans coach, was telling me the last time they played that at first they didn't have ball chasers until halftime. So he said obviously it slows the pace of the game down a whole lot when that's the case. And today for the playoffs, they're ready to roll. Katie Yeager, one of the captains, will throw it in here for Wayzata. Been mostly quite a nice fall in terms of weather, and now all of a sudden you get to a pretty chilly day too, and you know, can be something that a little jarring, I think, to come out here and be worrying about being cold. Although once you're out running around and get into it, it doesn't probably have too much effect. Played back, chipped up the right side here by Olivia Geiwitz, but that one sailing out of play, and Wayzata will get another throw. Not a whole lot happening in the opening minutes here as we get things started. Yeager looking to throw it in here for Wayzata. That one's deflected out of play as Ashley Aiken, the freshman, stepped in and got a piece of it. So the Trojans get another throw in. Sophie Leininger will take this throw. Goes corner with it. And they're going to get a corner kick out of it as Ruby Stauber played that one off the defender, and Trojans will get their first corner opportunity.
And with this wind, a short corner might be a part of the playbook. We'll see.
Going out high with it. It bounces loose in front. Tried a little bicycle kick there, but didn't quite work out, and the Royals able to clear it out of there. Rachel St. Clair now getting it ahead for DeYoung, and down she goes. Get a throw here for Hopkins. Ava Charlesworth Sealer throwing that one in, trying to go to DeYoung. We'll battle for it in close quarters, and it'll be a throw for the Royals once again here. Fight for it in the middle there. A nice strong header by Trojans Svensson. Now Michaela Nelson controlling for Wayzata. Got it a little too far out front though, and drilled out of there by the Royals, and now Yeager will have to track it down for Wayzata. And we're gonna get a foul call here going against Hopkins.
And these are the important balls. You know, when you send one in here, if this one goes long into the box, you'll have to see who wins the first ball, and who's aggressive enough to find the second ball off the first head or first deflection.
Nicole Palsgrove taking the free kick. Instead of sending it in, she's going to play it out high, and they'll look to attack from the right side. Nice ball here. Here's the cross, and that one, one hopper in on Patterson as Morgan Turner, the freshman, electing to take a shot there. Didn't get a whole lot on it. See the Royals starting lineup flashing by your screen, and now an opportunity for Hopkins as Emma Clanky getting possession here as she's pursued by Kaylin Billmeyer. Gonna bring it back. Geiwitz trying to go to DeYoung. Yeager breaks that one up, and that one gonna be a handball call there, it looks like. So Palsgrove will line it up here. Puts her foot to it here, and this time high into the middle. Headed right back out though. Yeager, nice ball over to the side to Leininger. The return though, DeYoung able to come up with it. And just broken up. Good play by Lettenberger to get a foot on that one. Otherwise, Hopkins had something going. Leininger chips it high in the air. And chest trap down. Hannah Sturtz able to keep it going, and then now Turner pushes it out to the right side to Nelson. Those orange shoes here looking to get an opportunity to get a cross away there, but broken up. And Svensson serving it in. It comes out front, and there's a header, and that one's on goal from Ruby Stauber.
And early on, you see a little bit of Wayzata playing a pretty direct style, trying to put the Hopkins defenders under pressure. We'll see after the first 10 minutes goes by if that's the way they're going to stick with it or try to test another part of the Wayzata defense. Sorry, Hopkins defense.
Billmeyer controlling. DeYoung knocking it over there to Boyd. Boyd trying to go back to DeYoung, but the Trojans there to break it up. Little freshman Aiken had a piece of it there. Now Leininger drills it right into the body of St. Clair. It'll be a throw for Wayzata. Yeager. That one headed right back out. It'll be a throw for Yeager again here for the Trojans. You know, not a lot of secrets when you play the team twice and you play them twice every year, but at the same time, each day is a new game, and I think, you know, the tendency is when it's playoff time that you're going to see a little bit different style of play. People are a little more cautious.
Absolutely. You know, to give up an early goal in a section game is always tough to come back from. So we'll see what the rhythm of the game holds.
Be a throw here for Hopkins. Hopkins has had a fair amount of possession time so far, but really nothing in terms of attack. Wayzata has gotten a couple shots, but nothing that was going to be difficult to stop. Get another throw here for the Royals out there on their left side offensively.
And the early look, it looks to be more of a 4-5-1 from Hopkins with DeYoung sitting up top, and they've found her feet a number of times. She's laid it off and kept possession, which is a good thing. It'll just be can they connect again and create scoring opportunities is what they're kind of missing at this point.
Be a throw here for Hopkins. And a little misfire there, but DeYoung not able to come up with it. Now Trojans looking to counter, but that one broken up. And hammered long here for Wayzata. This one could be dangerous. Getting over there is Charlesworth Sealer trying to break that one up.
And that's exactly the type of ball that Ruby Stauber is going to put pressure on. If those balls continue to come in and the defense has trouble with it, she'll press, and she's a fast forward that can create corners just like she did.
Second corner of the match here for Wayzata. Billmeyer, the left footer, will take this one. Again, wind a little bit of an issue if you're the keeper here for the Royals as well. Strong header defensively by Boyd coming back in to help out. And now a little counter try for Hopkins, but that one's broken up. Paulsgrove will send it long and headed right back out of there by Geiwitz. Knocked ahead here toward Nelson. Racing up the right side. Trying to cut it back here, and now chips it across. They're looking for Leininger. Able to run onto that one. And it's going to end up being a throw here rather than a corner, so Hopkins barely able to keep that one in, but they did so. Wayzata starting to, a little dangerous on a couple of these.
The long balls are finding effectiveness.
Boyd with a strong turn with that one for Hopkins, looking for DeYoung.
Here's
DeYoung.
a 1v1. This is the matchup that Hopkins wants.
DeYoung coming in, trying to get around Palsgrove, who got back in the way, and she's able to clear that one out of there. And let's see, we may have, is this just a throw? I thought he was calling a foul there, but no. The Lindsay Clay taking the throw here, so they almost sprung DeYoung for a breakaway chance there. Turning to go get is Rachel St. Clair here, but Leininger does a nice job taking it from her, but then has to play it out. It'll be a throw here for the Royals. Throwing against the wind here might make this less of a corner kick type throw and more of something where you're looking to possess.
We used Jelane's big throw quite a bit this summer, so we'll see if somebody can get on the end of it, flick it on, and make it dangerous.
And that's going to result in a corner kick as Bill Meyer came over with the header. So the Royals will get their first corner kick opportunity of the contest here. We've played about 11 and a half minutes and no score on the board. No real big chances yet for either side. DeYoung takes this corner. Wayzata gets first touch on that one, able to clear it. Not all the way, though, as the Royals still trying to turn and generate offense out of it. Boyd, a nice ball to the outside there. Clay beaten to it, but it'll be a throw for Hopkins. We were talking a little bit, you know, the Royals the past couple of years, it was kind of a cross your fingers hope we could, you know, stay with Wayzata, where this year I think the feeling is definitely different for them, that they feel they have, you know, as much ability or very close to it as the Trojans do.
Absolutely. I think Hopkins knows that Wayzata lost a lot of top-notch players, and they've gotten better each of the last couple of years. And when they've gotten to sections before, they've ran into Wayzata or Minnetonka, and it's always close battles. So they're geared up to try to knock off a higher seed today.
And Tony Pesnicker was saying that about Hopkins. He said, you know, he feels it's unfortunate that people don't recognize that they have had a pretty strong program. It's just maybe not quite as strong as a Wayzata or an Eden Prairie or lately Minnetonka. You know, it's hard to get noticed when you're, you know, a good team among great programs these last couple of years and even beyond. But that's all part of playing in, you know, such a good conference like that. Back out it comes. We will get a throw again for Hopkins as they've started to control the ball in Wayzata's end some here. DeYoung will take the throw for Hopkins. And that one's going to come all the way through to Geppert. Nobody really getting a touch on it. So Megan really hasn't had much opportunity to see the ball so far. So as a keeper, you like to get a little bit involved here. You don't want that first time the ball comes to you to be a screamer toward a top corner or something.
Definitely needs a few touches to get into the game.
Try to send it for DeYoung. Oh, she does a nice job getting to that ball. Now out front, an opportunity for the Royals, but little bit of indecision it looked like for Aiken. She held the ball just a bit too long.
Hopkins had the numbers there. It was a one pass away type of situation.
A little dangerous back pass there. Stauber nearly made him pay. And we will get a throw now for Wayzata. Sturt's throwing it in. She'll come back with it here. Give them a chance to serve one in from out high. Long shot taken, and that one will sail wide as Wayzata electing to take that shot from a long distance, not able to put it on goal that time was Bill Meyer.
And that's something, if I'm Wayzata, you definitely want the ball on the left foot of Bill Meyer. She strikes it well with that foot.
And not a bad opportunity to take there, I don't think, but just didn't put it on target. Here's DeYoung knocking it free. DeYoung coming into the front, around the keeper, and she scores. Hopkins is on the board first. We talked about how dangerous DeYoung can be, and that one seemed to develop a little bit out of nowhere, and she puts it away.
And that's the composure you need. Jelaine found just a little bit of room and a little bit of error on the Wayzata defender's part. Took a touch past Geppert, the goalkeeper. She's all smiles.
You see DeYoung didn't panic at all when the keeper charged out at her either, just sidestepped her, and at that point had an easy opportunity. So DeYoung puts Hopkins on the board first, and as you said, Chad, that first goal in a section game is always big because you just can't really count on there being very many chances in a game like this.
Absolutely. And I think Wayzata's had a good amount of experience playing in close games, but they are a little bit younger than years past, so there's plenty of time left. We'll see how they respond. But that is a good start for Hopkins, going against the wind and getting an early goal is exactly where they wanted to be.
Paulsgrove will put this one in play on the free kick and gets plenty on it. Let's see who got a piece of this one. I think this is going to be a corner coming for Wayzata. It's one thing that Keith Pavelka said, we allowed too many corners against them last time around, and that's the third one so far of this first half. And as you said, Bill Meyer's got a strong foot to put that ball in. Out front it comes, bounces free, an opportunity here. Here's the shot, but blocked down. Sturtz lined it up, but too many bodies in the way. Leininger controlling, she'll come back with it now for Yeager. And a push call there. See this ball, once it's controlled, it's like, hey, here's a great opportunity, but I don't think she saw Charlesworth Sealer coming.
Every set piece you get, I've learned on the boys' side of stuff that in high school soccer, set pieces are dangerous. So the more chances Wayzata gets can be dangerous for Hopkins.
Another one forthcoming right here. And the shot, and that one's just going to sail over the top as they went direct at the net there with the shot, and not quite able to put it on goal, but a strong attempt from Morgan Turner, who's got 10 goals as a freshman for this team. Boy, that one did not miss by much.
Got to put those on frame.
Royals controlling here. Important for them not to relax here with the lead either. Here's Jessica Ratliff, who's come into the game, trying to get it to DeYoung, and she's beaten to it. Paulsgrove will clear it out. Throw, though, coming for Hopkins. DeYoung, strong throw into the middle, but Wayzata gets there.
Good turn and distribution there.
DeYoung wanted to send it for Ratliff, who didn't quite read it the same way and got a little bit of a late start. And Geppert able to come out and grab that one up. And Bill Meyer mishits that one a little bit out of play, so throw for the Royals. Leininger heads that one off field of play, so we get a throw again for Hopkins. They have to feel pretty good about their start overall. Wayzata has definitely gotten a chance, a few chances, but get that first goal, and they've also possessed the ball pretty well.
And the next couple of minutes will be important. When you give up a goal, you usually try to strike back. So those 5 minutes after a goal is scored are always important. So we'll see if Wayzata pushes here and makes another surge before things settle in again.
Sent ahead there by Boyd. And they're going to play back to the keeper here, Geppert. Boyd able to trap that one down, though, and come up with it. And pretty well defended there. Going to be out off of Wayzata, but Lettenberger did a good job of not letting her turn and go. Wanted to go to DeYoung, now controlled the other way by Aiken. Trojans looking to clear. Stauber will turn back to get it.
Good ball.
Right up the line there to Nelson. Nelson able to run past the defender there, trying to draw a corner, and instead gets it back and puts a good cross. Here's the weak side try, and that one's off the football crossbar, and that'll be out of play. Good opportunity there for the Trojans. I think she was really just hoping initially to set up a corner kick, but it bounced back to her, and then it was trouble. Coming weak side was Sturts.
Almost like a couple of the Central Hopkins defenders kind of got caught sleeping and then sent a good ball in, and that's when you've got to bury in sections. Another good ball to Jelaine DeYoung up top.
Well, she's strong on the ball too. I mean, she's obviously skilled, but she's also able to hold off a defender who's you know, working her from behind a little bit. So a throw here for Hopkins. Sub coming back in now, Rachel St. Clair for the Royals. Not a lot of substitutions so far here. A lot of coaches, you know, you get to section time, kind of have your lineup that you want to go with. DeYoung looking to go by the defender and does, and then coming over to help out was Palsgrove.
Ball stayed in.
Be another throw here for Hopkins.
Last couple big throws, it's actually bounced in, and Hopkins has been a little hesitant. So if they can get a little aggressive, you never know what kind of scrappy goal they can find here.
Long throw. Geppert got a piece of it, but then it bounced free as she couldn't squeeze it. And this will be a throw, I think, or is it? Yeah, going to be a throw in way down in the corner. Kind of interesting for Hopkins. DeYoung is so good at throw-ins, but then again, you would like to have her as the target player out front, too. Can't be in two places at once, though.
I had her on the summer team, and she would probably admit she's not the greatest header on the team, but at the same time, she's strong, she's physical, she's quick in the first two steps, so yeah, you would like her in the box.
And that time a little off with that throw, trying to go lower to the short side and didn't quite put it where she wanted to there. So goal kick here for Wayzata as they fight off a few mini chances there for Hopkins. Royals lead at 1-0 and a goal from DeYoung.
And that's the 50-50 balls. Right here is where you need to win those 50-50 balls, and Hopkins is doing a good job working hard to keep it in Wayzata's half.
A little collision there, but it'll be a throw for Wayzata as a couple players went down. But just in as part of the game there, no advantage for either side there. Drilled out of play again. We get another throw coming for the Royals, so they have kept the pressure on a little bit after scoring that goal. Out to the outside, but too far. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Wayzata.
And that's really what Hopkins and DeYoung want to do, is if she gets the ball in the middle, she needs some outside midfielders and make runs deep, create scoring opportunities. So that was a good ball, just ran out a little bit of room at the end. But again, Hopkins is fighting to win these second balls. They're keeping it down here. This is a unless the wind has changed, this is a Wayzata wind initiated half, and they haven't really found it in the last couple minutes since the goal.
Royals able to control again and chipped into the middle. Then Ratliff trying to direct it ahead with the header, but it bounces all the way to the keeper, Geppert. She'll send a low one right up the middle. Royals, though, again win that ball back, and a foul call going against Wayzata. First one they've committed. So free kick from near midfield there by Olivia Geiwitz. And it comes free. Here's DeYoung with a shot. Oh, and she pivoted a little too far and pushed it way wide of the mark. That one was actually a pretty good opportunity. Not one that she'll miss hit that badly very often, I don't think.
Good quick turn off the first ball and just mishit it a bit.
Ball was coming up a little bit. That might have had some impact. It wasn't quite settled down yet, but still a ball that I'm sure she feels more often than not she's going to at least put on goal. Yeager will take the throw in here for Wayzata. And then headed out of play by St. Clair. Another throw for the Trojans. Leininger will hand it over to Yeager to take this throw. Stauber chipping it to the middle, but broken up. Now Svensson will get there. And they'll get an attack going from the right side, put out front, trying to go to Stauber. Now Leininger had it knocked away, but it's going to be a corner kick upcoming for Wayzata.
Those are the types of balls that will cause trouble. Those diagonal balls in behind the left and right back. Leininger took a good first touch. Couldn't quite get in, but we'll see if they can get on the end of this corner kick here.
Billmeyer lining it up. Chips it out front. Here's the header. Oh, and it's saved by the defender. That one was going in. They had Patterson beat. But nice job defensively to break this one up.
Save off the line.
Yeah, it's going to be Rachel Lee who saves the day for the Royals. Now another dangerous one off the corner. Comes free out front. Here's a shot. Oh, and a great diving save by Patterson on Morgan Turner. Didn't have a huge amount of pace on that shot, but it was definitely going to go in if Patterson didn't quite reach it or didn't handle it cleanly. So 2 great chances in a row there for Wayzata.
Well done by Wayzata. They fought for it in the box, got chances. Probably if they get those opportunities again, they bury them.
Another look at that second one as it went off a Royal, pinballs around a little bit, and then watch the pass comes to Turner. Did the right thing getting rid of that one quick, not trying to wind up and get a lot on it, but Patterson was able to see it through the maze of players there and just barely got to that one. You know, hindsight, you always think what I could have done different, maybe push it toward the corner a little bit more out of her reach, but it was a bang-bang kind of play.
It's like Hopkins is going to get ready to sub a couple to try to get through this first half, the last 12 minutes.
And if you're wondering, is it very cold out there, I'm guessing by Isabel Olsen's body language that yes, it is. As she's getting ready to come in, she's looking quite cold. Back over, here's Yeager. That one broken up. So Wayzata not able to finish those chances. However, they have to feel good that what they've been able to generate of late here. I don't think the Royals can count on the rest of the game of chances like that not going in, at least one of them.
No, absolutely not. Those and the chances have been generated from the midfield of Wayzata. You know, as Leininger.
Nice job by her to keep that ball in, and then got to Turner. Turner faking the shot. Now comes with the left-footed attempt and puts it on. Patterson has to make a save.
That play there set up by a little technical play rather than the super direct style. Leininger found an open central player and hit a good shot.
Even though it's been a very good half for Hopkins, the trend of late is Wayzata getting some pretty good chances. Now DeYoung racing after it here up the right side. She's alone for now, then plays it to the middle there, but St. Clair couldn't get to it. Hammered out of there by the Trojans, headed right back toward Boyd. And a advantage call there as Stauber comes up with it for Wayzata. Cuts it to the middle of the field here. Stauber making a nice run, and then bottled up a little bit there by Helena Piotrowski. And sent toward goal there, and Patterson comes sliding out on her knees to make a stop. She's all of a sudden got real busy. Wayzata closing the half pretty strong here. Still about 11 minutes to go in the half. They find themselves trailing, and I think sometimes the team, you know, you do fall behind. You occasionally wait a little too long to start throwing it at them, and you wish you end up wishing you had more time. I think they're doing a good job of, you know, feeling the urgency to try and score now.
They've definitely picked it up, and I think Hopkins may be feeling a little tired, and that's why some subs are coming on. But Wayzata's definitely had the momentum the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Charlesworth Sealer will throw it in here for Hopkins. And it'll be a throw for Wayzata. Leininger looking to quickly attack. Boyd waiting for that one to settle down. Now plays it back But it'll be sent out of play by Geiwitz and a throw for Wayzata.
And with this wind, it's easy to get sucked to one side. It's kind of coming across the field now, and Hopkins has got to keep their balance, because if Wayzata gets a chance, they will hit that diagonal ball and get more chances off it.
Svensson sending it out right side here. And the Royals able to break that one up, though. Can't keep that one in play, though. We'll get a throw for Hopkins. Oh, it is nice for us when a lot of the plays on this side of the field, a lot easier to
absolutely
pick out faces and numbers.
Yeah.
Subbing in now for the Royals is Sidney Coffey, number 6. Throw here, and the Royals look to turn and go. Try to get it to Olsen up the middle. And we will get a trip call there, and it'll be against Hopkins. Free kick for Wayzata. 1-0 Royals, our score, looking to upset Wayzata here in the Section 6AA semifinals. Although I don't know that it would be a huge upset. They played 2 one-goal games, and they're 2 and 3 seeds. But obviously, through the years, they've had difficulties trying to take down Wayzata.
More of an upset of just the Wayzata at home in playoff type stigma.
Down to the corner here, and look at that. He draws the corner. And Michaela Nelson, that's all she had in mind there. I'm just going to kick it right at you and get a corner kick.
If you're Hopkins right now, you're under 10 minutes in the first half. These are the important ones. These are the big ones that you got to win the first one, win the second one, and get out as a group.
Billmeyer taking the corner again. Stauber trying to get a piece of that one. Royals able to break it up. And look at DeYoung go. Speeds back to gain possession of that one, and she'll just chip it ahead. Swing and a miss by a couple of players there. Geiwitz hustling back, but she's got to be careful here. And it'll be a Royals throw. Throw in there and a little battle for it. It'll be Wayzata's throw here. Leininger will take the throw in.
May have been a handball against Wayzata, but they play on.
Either didn't see it or ruled it inadvertent. It kind of just popped up. And now battle for it out front. Royals able to clear that one away, and it's going to bounce over toward the Hopkins bench. We'll get a throw for Wayzata. A lot of the play has been in this end of the field in the latter part of the half, after Hopkins really did a pretty good job for much of the half in possessing in Wayzata's zone, even though they haven't gotten as many shots, toward the net really at all. Just a couple of really decent chances. But one of them went in, and that's what counts.
Absolutely. You found DeYoung up top. Now Hopkins has got to dig in and play team defense here. That wind is not letting up.
Yeager taking the throw here. And that one's going to bounce all the way through. A goal kick upcoming here for Hopkins. Kind of get the feeling they just as soon get to half now.
I was talking earlier about my boys section game, and it was a pretty windy opening round, and we were 0-0 at halftime, and that was almost a victory. You work hard first half and not let any goals in, and then you can maybe attack second half.
Trip called there against Wayzata. Royals will get a free kick out of this and a chance to advance the ball up and relieve a little pressure, if nothing else. Here's DeYoung heading it to the outside now. Olsen. Wayzata started to really challenge each pass a lot more, I think, too. They've become more aggressive in that regard.
And at times, Hopkins may need to slow the tempo down a little bit. If they're feeling under pressure, they hold that ball on free kicks, hold the ball on throw-ins, get what they want before they proceed.
DeYoung up the line, but not able to keep control. Be a goal kick here for Wayzata.
Another prime example, another big 50-50 ball here. Does Hopkins win it and keep it in, or does Wayzata push the tempo and get some more pressure situations on Hopkins?
Royals are able to win it. They go to DeYoung now. She's double teamed though and lost it. Now Boyd fighting it out with Bill Meyer for that ball. Boyd will drop it off to Aiken. Aiken, a strong header. She's not the biggest player out there, but she got some skill.
Strikes the ball well.
And it'll be a throw here for Wayzata. As we tick down toward 4 minutes to go in this opening half. Hopkins leading it by a score of 1-0. The winner goes into the Section 6AA Championship Tuesday night. And here come the Trojans now with Turner. Turner faking to the middle and then has it taken by Geiwitz. Geiwitz does a good job keeping that ball alive to avoid a corner kick. It will be a throw, but not nearly as dangerous as what it might have been there. Tried to get the return pass to Leininger, and then Hopkins hits that one. You got a pretty good look at what the wind would do to a ball up in the air like that. So Jaeger will take the throw here for the Trojans. Leininger cutting it to the middle, has some room to work with. Putting it and looking for a teammate there, but Patterson able to dive out and get it.
Good take by Leininger. Took on a player on the side and then worked away in the middle. Struck a good ball.
Trojans coming hard up the right side. Jabbed away, and let's see who this is going to be a throw for. Hopkins, it looks like. Rachel Lee will take the throw in for Hopkins. You think back to the saving play she made. Ball beating her keeper, but she was able to stop it right on the line. Depending on the outcome of this game, I mean, that could turn out to be one of the biggest plays of the game, certainly right there.
Those are the types of plays that if you can find a victory, you talk about those at the banquet. Those are good banquet stories, but long ways to go here.
Trojans win that ball back. Stauber looking to go here up the line. And it did go out of play, so a throw for Hopkins.
Along with set plays being important, the last couple minutes of each half are important in the game of high school soccer.
And Hopkins seems to be back on their heels quite a bit right now with the Trojans trying to put pressure on them. Throw in here for Jaeger. Battle back and forth, and now controlled by Wayzata's Nelson. Knocked loose from her. Bill Meyer, though, coming back to get it.
Good ball.
Oh, nice pass there to Sophie Leininger. Leininger looking to cut it to the middle. Crosses that one, but broken up. DeYoung coming back to meet it. And goes to Boyd. Boyd looking back for DeYoung. Actually, it comes through instead to St. Clair. Nice possession here up the field by Hopkins. Ratliff, though, bottled up by Leininger and goes back to Jaeger with it. And then they can't control. It'll be a throw here for Hopkins as we're under a minute to play in this opening half. Coffey taking the throw. Nice step up there to
Don't
break
take any
that one
chances here. Good.
Cleared out by Geiwitz. Wayzata will get a throw, but time not in their favor at this point. And this will be a Hopkins throw and should pretty much eat up the rest of the first half here. And we have reached the halfway point of this Section 6AA semifinal, and that goal from DeYoung, the only one of the first half. Wayzata had some pretty good chances, but not quite able to put anything away. So our halftime score, third seed Hopkins 1, second seed Wayzata 0. We'll be back with first half highlights and then our second half of soccer on 12 Sports. Nothing Hopkins at halftime here of the Section 6AA girls soccer semifinal matchup as they lead defending state champ Wayzata. And take a look at some first half highlights here. And starting out with the goal, Jelaine DeYoung, dangerous scorer for Hopkins. Made a nice touch on that ball and then went around the keeper, Geppert, who came out to challenge. Hopkins gave up some chances, certainly. That one hitting just above the crossbar on the football crossbar. Wayzata really started to put pressure on late in the half. Here's a great stop by the defender, St. Clair, getting back in to help break that one up. And then another real good opportunity here. Watch Patterson lunge over to her left to take one away from Turner and keep it out of the goal. And definitely a good first half for Patterson. She was tested quite a bit. Trojans having quite a big edge in shots taken and shots on net. And they also had 6 corner kicks to 1 for the Royals. So overall good half for Hopkins, but Wayzata was definitely taking it to him somewhat as the half went on. We'll see how things change as we begin half number 2. 40 minutes will go up on the board, and the winner will go on to the section final. Sounds like Minnetonka's in command in the other semi. The Skippers would host the winner of this one in the championship Tuesday night. Stay tuned for second half action here on 12 Sports.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School. It's the Section 6AA girls soccer semifinals on 12 Sports, and Hopkins looking to take down Wayzata, leading at 1-0. And there you get a look at Wayzata has a 43-game unbeaten streak versus Hopkins. That's pretty remarkable. 9-game winning streak. So Hopkins has had some ties along the way in there, but 43 games. Early October of 1995 was the last time that Hopkins defeated Wayzata in girls soccer. And you know, when you're playing that is a lot of years, but especially when you're playing a team 2 times every year and sometimes 3, to carry that streak for that long is something pretty remarkable. We are underway here in half number 2. Those are fun things to talk about, but really for these kids, that doesn't matter too much now. It's just go out there and win this half.
Game on. 40 minutes, maybe more if we go to OT, but 40 minutes and somebody's moving on.
If you're Wayzata, you have to like the way that you generated chances, I think, later in that first half. And I don't know that they necessarily need to change a lot yet, because they started to take play over and really get some opportunities. It's, you know, the old lament, do you finish or do you not finish and get your chances? And in the first half it was no for them, but they have to hope that generating that kind of chances will lead to success.
And it looks like they made a couple adjustments, but you're right. You have to ask yourself, are you creating scoring chances? They did. It's just a matter of finishing them. I mean, so I don't think we'll see a ton of change of style of Wayzata. Maybe Hopkins pushes up another forward to help Jelaine DeYoung up there with a little bit of the wind advantage this half, but they'll probably keep things pretty tight.
I think if you're Hopkins, you have to avoid the feeling of, oh my, we're beating Wayzata, and stop playing the way that they played to get that lead.
Absolutely. You don't want to sit in a shell for huge periods of time and let them come at you.
Throw here for the Trojans as they come up the side looking for Nelson. And it will be another throw for Wayzata right at near midfield. And not able to get that one onto the foot of Billmeyer. Even on relatively low throws like that, that wind is still something to contend with.
It makes it a little sloppy from time to time. Got to do the little things well, flicking throw-ins on, getting to second balls.
DeYoung trying to cut that one to the middle, but taken away. Allison Dugan, 13 in there now for Wayzata, and we get a throw coming for the Trojans. Check that, it'll be a free kick. Lily Tisthammer in there also now, so Wayzata has made a couple of player changes at halftime. Svensson will take the throw here. And a fight for it right in the corner, and it's going to be a throw for Wayzata. Dugan getting that one over to Svensson. Knocked loose. Here's Megan Schwartz also in there now, Wayzata number 7. And that one's going to result in a corner kick for Wayzata. They have been good at forcing corners, and on probably half of them, they have clearly done, intended just to get the corner. They go short with it here and look to attack right away. Here's Billmeyer trying to put it out front, but that hits a body. Billmeyer trying to go with it, but nice job by Aiken to break that one up. However, her pass up the line instead rolls out. Kind of looks like we're picking up where late in the first half was going, with Wayzata pressing the issue.
And we'll see if Hopkins can find DeYoung. I know that another sub in back by Wayzata, one of the good matchups was Katie Yeager versus Jelaine DeYoung, and it looks like Katie Yeager was subbed out at halftime. So we'll see what DeYoung and how much energy she can bring to the second half.
Trying to go to her here. DeYoung just cut in front of by Tisthammer there, but it'll be a throw for Hopkins. You can see obviously Wayzata realizes how dangerous DeYoung can be. Against some players, you maybe wouldn't just clear that ball out of play, but against her, they're not going to take any chances. Royals looking to attack up their right side, and they'll get another throw in out of this. DeYoung will take the throw, and as Chad pointed out in the first half, she's an excellent long thrower. And Trojans able to relieve the pressure, but then Stauber couldn't keep it in, and she didn't think so, but it's going to be a throw for the Royals. And now right back to Wayzata with it. Royals hoping, I mean, the best way to keep the other team off the board is be able to get some offense of your own here. That was kind of in short supply later in the half, and they're trying to do so here. I mean, even if you don't necessarily generate much for yourself, you're at least keeping the ball away from Wayzata.
Wayzata's being aggressive and getting to that first ball off the throw, so Hopkins got to do simple things, get it into feet, try to keep possession so they can create services. But right now it's a battle of going off people's shins with about 4 or 5 throw-ins here in the last minute.
Lettenberger will throw it in here for Wayzata. And that one right into the header there of St. Clair. Gonna throw it low to Schwartz there, but a turnover, and here comes Hopkins, the shot, and that one on goal, but
maybe had a little more time than she thought. Good ball from, I don't know if it came from DeYoung, but take somebody on the top of the box and get in a little closer.
Well, that one seemed like a more dangerous chance than what it turned out to be. It was a little bit of a rushed shot, I would agree. Trying to go to Nelson up the left side there, Wayzata, but broken up. Bailey Hyde, number 4, is in there. Wayzata's really made quite a few changes at halftime here.
And from what I hear, it's been consistent. So I think putting players off the bench, they have gained some experience. It hasn't been their lineup has not been 12, 13 deep. So there's been a lot of different looks, and a lot of kids have gotten playing time. So they should be ready for the opportunity here.
And everybody has a little bit different philosophy in terms of, do I insert a new group at halftime? Do I work them in, as the half goes along? So Trojans looking to bring it up that sideline, but get a little hemmed in. And a trip called there as Ashley Aiken, the 9th grader, goes to the turf hard.
And you've seen a couple unnecessary fouls from Wayzata in the last couple minutes. This one will probably be a little more dangerous with only 30 yards out, 35 yards out, but Wayzata's good enough to keep the ball at times if that's what their purpose is, but on a couple unneeded fouls.
Haywood sending it out front and volleyed to the middle by Aiken.
Player down at the moment.
Aiken gets a shot away. Oh, and a lunging save there by Geppert. And now we have a stoppage for that injury.
Good strike off Aiken.
Wow, that
big save from Geppert.
Definitely headed in if she didn't get that right hand on. And good job by Geppert to realize that really her only option there is to punch that ball with the right hand rather than trying to make a catch on it or anything. Sometimes you outthink yourself there, and you just had to make a save rather than worry about what happened after that.
And that scoring chance, you go back, it all came from a foul that might not have been necessary. So you start to find some patterns, but any shot you hit, I mean, you can see the flags and the wind howling. So that's a good opportunity for Hopkins.
Didn't really see what happened here.
She may have took.
Holding her face there. It's Erin Svensson.
She's one of their defenders that sees a lot of action. So
it'll be a corner kick for Wayzata, or for Hopkins, excuse me.
Now the wind and a little bit of rain, so we'll see if Hopkins can bend one in and get it.
DeYoung taking this corner. High into the middle, that one's headed away, and then a follow-up shot is on goal, and Geppert has to make another save. Bounce up the sideline, and we will get a throw here for the Royals. So they have to kind of like the trend of having some possession, getting a couple opportunities, and the less time that they end up spending, fighting off good chances from Wayzata, the better off they'll be down the line here.
That's exactly right.
And you see a little ice pack for Svensson, who looks like she must have taken one in the jaw or cheek there. Here's Corbin Boyd winning that one, but a nice job to come back and take it away from Turner, but then right back the other way. Aiken had it, lost it. Aiken hustling back in there, though. She can really go. Push to the outside. They'll send it back now to Geiwitz. Royals doing a good job possessing again. Now Geiwitz will serve one up to the middle. A little bit of a miss hit on the header there, and a race for it now. Cleared out of play, and it will be a throw for Hopkins.
Start to feel a little step up in intensity. You got some battles in the midfield. Hopkins is doing well to win those, and it's a little intensity type situation going on here.
DeYoung is not going to find much smooth sailing. They're really trying to cover, put a double team on her, but also be physical with her. Boyd plays it out to the corner. Nice job there by Ratliff. That one's broken up, but they can't clear it, and now do. Geiwitz will send it back. That wind might be helping out a little more than than what it maybe would have looked in terms of which team is going to be in favor of even though a lot of times you think it it shouldn't matter, just the little things in terms of position on the field make a difference. Stauber chasing it down here. Nice run for her as they go up right side. Getting it for Dugan. Dugan will drop it back now. Audrey Clarno serving one into the middle. High in the air here. These can be dangerous. But Royals able to get there. Good job by Rachel St. Clair. She'll clear it out, but it'll be a throw for Wayzata. Hyde will take the throw. And this one crossed to the middle there, and Patterson able to scoop it up.
Not the greatest last ball there, but you're starting to see Wayzata find feet to feet a little bit, and that's the type of stuff they need to do against the wind.
Battle for it here. Ratliff trying to gain control but cannot do so, and it'll be a throw for the Trojans. Billmeyer then getting it back over there to Clarno, putting it in the middle, but broken up. Restolen though by Dugan. Hopkins has to be careful not to kind of just panic and turn and clear the ball right to a Wayzata player. Pushed out to the outside. St. Clair trying to get there, and good hustle. Geppert grabbing this one up. Up the line, they kept it in. Knocked around a little bit in the middle there and high in the air.
Another hard-working 50-51 by Aiken.
She's coming kind of a little dynamo out there for the Royals, isn't she?
And that's the type of energy you need with the wind howling and a close game. That's what makes the difference.
Get a throw here for Hopkins. They're going to sub in 3 here as Lindsay Clay comes back in, Helena Pizdraowski, and also Emma Burnett. That's the thing, when you're the team ahead, you are very satisfied with a half where it's just a lot of midfield back and forth, trading possessions, throw-ins, and the clock is your friend when you're the team with the lead in the playoff game. Not that you want to sit back and just not do anything, but if you're working hard, even if it's not leading the offense really for you.
And yeah, exactly. That's what makes time go by a little bit faster. Is when you're winning the 50-50 balls, you're not under pressure. I mean, Hopkins defenders have probably liked most of this half. The first 15 minutes, they haven't had to deal with a ton, and I think a little bit is the wind as well, but.
Geppert sending it up toward the middle of the field here. Good fight there by Nelson to win that ball, but the Royals get it right back. Wayzata will look to attack right side this time. Dugan, though, knocked away by Coffey. DeYoung trying to get to this one. Ooh, and right into a sandwich there.
Close to springing free there.
Boyd heading it over to the left side for the Royals. Trying to get that ball on DeYoung's foot, but couldn't do it. Dugan chipping it into the middle.
Good win.
Yeah, and now DeYoung tipping it to the outside, trying to get it to Boyd, and then it was going to be a quick return. Aiken keeps on fighting against Billmeyer there, and the Royals will get possession.
That's the type of player that every team needs. Just a kid that'll work hard in any situation.
Seems kind of fearless too. I mean, let's face it, she's given up a lot of size to a few of the players she's going shoulder to shoulder with there, or not quite shoulder to shoulder.
If I'm reading my roster, it looks like she's a 9th grader,
yeah.
Which is it's impressive.
Yeah, we got a few of them playing for both both teams here. Turner is a leading goal scorer for Wayzata as a freshman, which obviously isn't happened all that often in the storied history of their program. Up the line with it there, and that one knocked out. We'll get a throw coming here for Wayzata. They just have not been able to generate any offense. Again, from up here, we're in the nice weatherproof booth. It's a little hard to tell how much the wind is affecting it, but it certainly is having some impact.
And it's probably having a little bit of impact on being able to connect passes, but you got the sense when Wayzata was able to do that in the first half, they got chances, they got scoring opportunities.
Royals able to keep that ball in. It was a good hustle to get there by Geiwitz. Then a throw, though, for Wayzata. Trying to play it middle there for Clarno, but that one's broken up, and Hopkins looking to counter. DeYoung getting ahead of his team out.
Defender may have tripped or...
Going to be a throw for Hopkins. Yeah, DeYoung was off and running. If there was somebody slightly in her way, well, that's okay too. She was going to keep going. Throw in broken up. And a trip call there, though, on Wayzata. Good job of shielding by Michaela Schultz there. I think she knew she was probably going to take the brunt of that one, but for her team was willing to be tripped there to get the free kick.
Plenty of players behind the ball there for Wayzata. Probably just a little bit of an aggressive thing, but again, another chance for Hopkins off a free kick.
Boyd going low middle with it. Aiken will drop it back and then chipped out. Going to be a big one-hopper there toward Geppert. Hyde with it here. Bailey Hyde coming up the line, but it's going to get out of play. We will get a throw for Hopkins. Boyd trying to keep possession here, and
linesman called something. Must
look like
maybe a hold.
Yeah, I think maybe kind of locked arms with her a little bit.
Hopkins looks to rush this. I don't know.
Out front it comes, and a little scramble there, and the Trojans able to fight it off, and Schwartz cleared it. Yeah, in some ways, the talk about slowing the tempo down might have been in evidence there. I think they thought they could catch him on the weak side, though.
As soon as I sent that, it did actually develop into a decent opportunity, but now, yeah, the Wayzata fouls are adding up a little bit.
Free kick here for Olivia Geiwitz for the Royals. DeYoung.
Good win by DeYoung.
Got a hit on that one, and then
got to fight for it if you want it there.
Yeah, tried to get it over to Boyd, it looked like. And now Stauber looking to counterattack here for the Trojans. But Coffey does a nice job shielding her off, keeping possession. And then Stauber tripped her up. Coffey goes down, but able to get that free kick for her team here as we're nearing the halfway point of the second half. That one goal by Jelaine DeYoung of Hopkins so far standing up. Boyd trying to get to that one, and Wayzata has to just clear.
Probably a little too early for adjustments, but hit that halfway mark in the second half with probably Hopkins having a little more of the better of the play with the wind and everything, and a couple good chances, but we'll see if Wayzata makes any adjustments heading into the 15-minute mark.
Get another throw coming here for the Royals. Going to keep that one alive, but not quite able to do it. Going to be another throw for Hopkins, and again, that just means another half minute or so keeps ticking off the clock.
DeYoung wants something new here, so I think she'll probably launch it in the box, try to find Boyd's head.
Cleared away there, and that's going to be a push from behind there as Schultz wanted that ball and went through somebody to get to it. So free kick here for the Trojans. Tistammer putting her foot to that one. And a handball call there, so Hopkins will get it right back by Wayzata. Late in that first half was really getting a lot of chances, but this pretty much the whole second half they just haven't had much.
They've had a tough time, and I think there's a couple players that actually had a pretty good impact for Wayzata, and we might see a couple of them coming in soon.
Battle for it here, and we're definitely seeing a lot more contact than we saw in the first half. Subs in now Palsgrove for Wayzata. St. Clair and Lee coming back in for Hopkins.
Schwartz, one of the good technical players for Wayzata. It looks like she may be hurt and holding her lower back as she walked off there. Yeah.
Royals trying to keep possession here and looking to go to Boyd, and nice idea there. Didn't quite pay off, but Geppert able to win the race to that ball.
Good header.
And right up to DeYoung, looking to go to Boyd. In some traffic, Boyd almost had that ball won. Now a race for it on the outside. St. Clair chips it to the middle, and scramble there. Wayzata has to clear it out, so Hopkins again generating a little bit of offense. We will get a throw here for the Royals. Bounces loose, and easily getting there is Geppert for Wayzata, but not good news for them when Meggins had to handle the ball as much as he had in the second half. Not that there have been, great chances, but still just Hopkins possessing enough. Now Geppert coming way out. It bounces off of her and DeYoung. Three players really collided there. DeYoung
end up as a corner kick.
Yeah, DeYoung and Tistham are getting the worst of that one as Geppert came out for a look.
Right when I was going to comment that, yeah, Geppert hasn't had to take too many great chances. She's just been busy picking stuff up. She had to come fast on that play.
Looks like everybody's all right out of that collision there. So DeYoung will take this corner kick for Hopkins. She's scored the only goal of the match so far, leading it 1-0 are the Royals. Goes, well, that one hits that one off the football goal post, so goal kick coming here for Wayzata. Hallsgrove will line this one up for the Trojans, who have to be feeling a little bit of heat here down. Still trailing it here, and as we march down toward 16 minutes to go in this contest.
As a coach, I know that feeling. You've seen a whole second half where you've kept telling yourself we've got plenty of time, and now the thoughts have to be how do we find a goal? How do we, whether it come from a set piece or run a play, we've got to find one to get back into this thing.
Hallsgrove taking the free kick here, an opportunity. But a strong header by the Royals. They have won more than their share of balls on 50-50 chances today. Here's DeYoung now playing that one up the line. I think they're realizing at times too that making the smart play in most cases here too, where a play like that didn't have a great chance to connect, but okay, at least we advance the ball up the sideline. We take some more time off. We limit any chance for Wayzata to get any kind of counter off it. This will be a throw here for the Trojans. Battle up that line, and now Wayzata with an opportunity, a little bit of numbers. Stauber playing it over here for Nelson. And it will be a Hopkins throw, though. All those little things have gone their way today, and they've created them.
Absolutely.
Boyd pushes it to the outside, and not going to be able to get there is DeYoung.
Hopkins looked to be a little outnumbered on that one, but they recovered well.
Strong header by Boyd, looking to DeYoung. Now playing it over, looking for St. Clair. Oh, she was so concerned about trying to beat the defender that she might have overrun the ball a little bit. And the Trojans looking to quickly counter up that left side, and broken up by Coffey. They've just done a good job of disrupting anything Wayzata has been able to get going, which hasn't been much anyway from their sake. Up the line there, and Billmeyer can't control it. It'll be a throw for Hopkins.
A lot of time spent chasing balls and throw-ins, and it's been a little choppy. So Wayzata needs to settle in and maybe find feet, put 2-3 passes together, and get one in behind their defenders.
Billmeyer looking for Stauber up the line. And it's cleared out, though, off of Stauber. Another nice play by Geiwitz. She's been busy back there. So a throw in here for the Royals. And let's see, this will be another Hopkins throw. Those two players went for it there. Got to be careful not to turn that ball over off that throw in.
And this is what Hopkins needs.
Here's Geppert out for a long stroll there to make sure DeYoung couldn't get to that ball, but it'll be a Hopkins throw. Sub coming in for them, and Emma Clanky back in.
And I'm guessing we'll see something around the 10-minute mark, maybe a little bit less left in the game, where Wayzata's got to put personnel or a formation shift or something, but as of right now, not much.
Lee was going to take that throw, but it'll be Wayzata's instead. Up the line and cleared out. It'll be another throw for Wayzata. A little grumbling from the Hopkins section here.
Maybe miss a deflection there.
Billmeyer trying to get some room to go, but knocked away from her. Back out to midfield. Sent back up. The race is on here. Nelson will be able to get to it. She has an opportunity. And let's see, this will be a corner kick upcoming.
That's what they needed. Won a few chances here this half for Wayzata.
Billmeyer will line it up here. And I believe they'll be crashing the net here as their time not on their side anymore. Out front it comes, shot attempt blocked down. He's clear but not away from danger. And put it on net, and Patterson making a stop there. Really the first real save she's had to make of this half, I think, and that one was dangerous. They don't want a whole lot more of those to occur if you're Hopkins.
No, she's watched a lot of the action this half, and she had to be ready there.
Bounces into Geppert, and she'll quickly turn it back the other way.
And here's a chance that Hopkins needs. Can you find another opportunity to put another goal and almost put this one away?
DeYoung blocked that pass. She goes down, but St. Clair with a shot, and it's over the top, and DeYoung is hurting. Might have got a knee in the thigh or something there. As they collide right, no, it was more like lower ankle, it looked like. She's able to get up, and then St. Clair following up. Had a pretty good opportunity there, but didn't hit the net.
Now I think we see Wayzata pushing another subbing back, but maybe pushing another forward up top.
Now toward midfield here. Coffey tripped up, and we are going to have that one called. It'll be a free kick for Hopkins. Coffey didn't play a lot earlier in the match, but she's actually had some pretty good moments out there. Gotten a lot of contributions from a lot of players. I mean, obviously they rely a lot on DeYoung and Boyd, but
I've been impressed with those role player type players on Hopkins. They've, you know, they're definitely sticking with the plan, staying focused, staying determined.
Guyewitz wisely turned and did not decide to go middle with that one, as Wayzata player was bearing down on her teammate there. Nelson was hustling, so subbing back in Tisthammer for Wayzata. Certainly they're going to be pushing forward here the rest of the way. And they get it out front, knocked away there. And it's bounced ahead. DeYoung hustling. Boy, DeYoung has run an awful lot here. I think she subbed out briefly at the end of the first half, but she's obviously done a lot of running, gotten a lot of contact, but wants to be out there now at the crunch time.
Time of the game when you have to say adrenaline has to take over and leave everything out there.
And DeYoung that time, a little frustrated that she was losing the ball, kind of rolled forward, fell into the player's legs there. Battle for it in close there, and the Royals will chip it ahead. And it will get all the way there to Geppert. Boyd doing a nice job of getting in the way of that one, and then off a Wayzata player. Boyd doing all the little things to help her team win.
It's exactly why Hopkins can almost taste it here at the end.
DeYoung trying to turn to the middle. Player falls. Oh, and they'd like to have that one to do again. Rachel Lee hitting it. She was pretty wide open. Had either an opportunity to, finish that shot or even dribble a little bit closer, and instead just kind of panicked and took one high and wide. Boyd almost won that ball.
Wayzata's got some numbers here.
Hyde controlling it up the line, and it will be a Wayzata throw. Gets away into the middle. And we're going to have a push call there against the Royals. So good opportunity coming for the Trojans off a free kick here. Let's see, just tripped her up a little bit.
Inadvertent than anything, but they got the luck of the call.
Turner lining it up for this free kick here for Wayzata. And gets under it too much and drives it over the top. So goal kick here.
And that's frustrating. You, in a half where you don't get a lot of chances, that's a wasted opportunity not to put it on frame or put it in the mix where your teammates can fight for it. Good win.
Off the back there of Nelson and then controlled it into the outside. Nelson, they have some numbers. Nelson, a shot. Oh, and a diving save by Gretchen Patterson. Nelson elected to go low on the short side and nearly snuck that one in.
I think the goalie thought it was going cross frame and she went right at the near post. Good hit.
Oh yeah, she definitely had her leaning the wrong way there. Comes out front and that one cleared away after a corner kick. We'll see another one. And now is the time it really gets tense. Billmeyer lining it up. Wayzata has not had much offense in the second half, but now getting chances here off the corners.
And that's, I think maybe,
Chipped up front, a long run to try and get there, and they do. Might be another corner coming. Yes, it is.
Flurry of chances here for Wayzata.
Billmeyer will take it again here as she has all game long for the Trojans.
Another good ball.
Oh, the header, and it's in. Wayzata ties it up. The chances continuing there, and they get one. Nelson will end up knocking that one home for the Trojans.
Good strike from Billmeyer. All alone. Didn't do their job in marking. She was sitting right on the 6 and made no mistake.
So Michaela Nelson, the junior, ties it up with the header. Assist going to Billmeyer. And now the complexion of this one changes completely. We are even up at 1.
Still enough time where I think we're going to see a good chance for Hopkins with the wind here.
Ellsgrove will take this goal kick here for Wayzata. Get a throw here for Hopkins. Well, now how do you get back into attack mode if you're Hopkins here? I mean, things change a lot. But they seem to be very much recognizing that, okay, now we're even. We got to try and get one ourselves with the wind, as you said. Boyd trying to get control. And a little takedown there. Boyd wrestling a little bit with Nelson. You see, she had her arm wrapped up. Oof.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive there.
Trojans free kick. Well, they have to not relax, but at least feel a little sigh of relief after they get that tying goal. And it was a good, clean goal, too. The header that Patterson got hands on, but it was a tough one to stop.
And we'll see what kind of energy Hopkins has left. I mean, they worked so hard to defend that lead, and now did he give the foul on that one or no? No.
Looks like not. They did more or less a even collision, I think it looked like there. But we are seeing a lot more players hitting the turf. And got
Hopkins
an injured player?
down.
Or just, yeah, we do have an injured player. I was going to say one was tying the shoe, but the other is slow to get up here. It looks like Coffee. made her way up and trying to hobble off. And the trainer's saying, hey, hang on here, we'll give you a little help.
And this is not a great thing for Hopkins. She's been a steady defender for most of this game, and with potentially 3 minutes left here plus overtime, Hopkins will have to figure out a
So Coffey will make her way to the side, and you know, from the looks of things there, you wouldn't really count on her being able to come back in, but so they'll have a drop ball here. To the outside, they can't control, and Wayzata will get a throw. Up the sideline here, Nelson flicking that header, but can't keep it alive. It'll be a throw for Hopkins. I'm a little bit surprised here that, you know, Hopkins has been able to pretty much take the momentum back right away after Wayzata scored. I thought maybe we'd see Wayzata continue to generate some offense, but
I'm sure the situation, they were a bit nervous, and resulted in not marking on that corner kick for the goal for Wayzata, but now they get to just attack with the wind for the last 2 minutes, and I think we'll see another good opportunity here.
Boyd will bounce this one in, and Geppert has to be sure-handed there and is able to scoop it up. That's one certainly welcome thing, I think, for keepers, is when you're playing on this turf, you can count on a good bounce. Whereas sometimes on a grass field that's been chopped up a little bit, that's not always the case.
This time of year, yeah, you want to be playing on turf.
Up the line here, DeYoung trying to keep that one in, and does. Now she comes back to meet it.
Hopkins just needs a little bit of composure here to string together a couple passes and get a service in. Been rushing their few chances and wasting them.
Yeah, you like the fire they came back with, but I agree that sometimes they've been just so eager to try and get a shot that they don't end up completing a play. We get a throw in here as we tick down a minute to go here in this one, and Hopkins held the lead for a very long time until just under 5 minutes to go. Wayzata getting the equalizer here, so last time they played in the regular season, it was a overtime contest, and certainly looks to be headed that way again.
Hopkins is still working hard on the 50-50s. I'd push DeYoung up and try to catch a late chance here, but Wayzata knows it's important at this point.
Lindsay Clay down toward the corner. DeYoung trying to get a cross away. It has gotten quite physical here down the stretch.
And with this wind, you've probably got a bunch of tired kids, so.
Here's Stauber pushing it ahead. Battling it out. And we're going to get a call going against Hopkins.
Out of time.
Wayzata is going to run out of time here. So we have reached the end of regulation here in this one. I believe the official, yeah, he's not going to stop the clock there late in that. So 1-1 as the Trojans tie it up late. We are headed to overtime here in this Section 6AA semifinal. We'll be back with more action here on 12 Sports.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Welcome back here to Wayzata High School. The Trojans were on the ropes, but score in the last 5 minutes to even it up. We go to OT, but the good news for Hopkins is they have got the wind here, won the coin toss, and for the first OT, they'll have the wind, and it has been seemingly a fairly big factor today. The teams that have had the wind have definitely had more possession in the offensive zone. It'll be a throw for Hopkins, so the Royals, the one thing I did like is they didn't seem to show too many signs of being deflated after, surrendering a late lead like that.
I would agree. They came back with energy. They just need to, they need to play composed in the final third and string passes together, create scoring chances.
Wayzata gaining possession early in OT here, but then broken up by Rachel Lee. Long run for this one. Paulsgrove will watch it roll over the touchline and get a throw here for Wayzata as Jaeger will take it. Coming up that line, a battle for it. And it'll be a throw here for Hopkins. DeYoung trying to turn and go here. And this will be Wayzata's throw. DeYoung didn't think so. Jaeger's throw and then taken by the Royals. Onto the foot of Boyd.
Good ball wide.
Plays it over now to Charlesworth Sealer. Gonna go back corner with that one.
It's gonna stay in.
Trojans have to clear. It'll be a throw down toward the corner there for DeYoung.
Haven't been able to fully connect on any of these today. We'll see if they can get hungry in the box.
And headed out of there. Chipped high in the air, a little battle for it. Trojans trying to clear, but then grabbed up by Schultz. Michaela Schultz chipping it, but that one's not going to connect. And goal kick coming here for Wayzata. Paulsgrove will take the goal kick. Scramble for it there, and Boyd ends up with it. Her pass read and intercepted. And Wayzata trying to quickly counter the other way. It'll come back here to Billmeyer, but broken up. Leininger controlling as the rain's starting to fall a little bit more. Puts it right on the foot there of Nelson. And her pass for Dugan, though, intercepted. And we will get a throw here for the Royals. Not a whole lot's happened so far in OT here. Nice job to break that one up by Lindsay Clay, but the Trojans control right back. Not able to run to this one though, and we will get a throw for Hopkins as Rachel Lee will trigger it back in. Had to go to Boyd, but and it's driven out of play again, and Wayzata will get a throw. Lifted to the middle, Stauber trying to get there, but Now controlled by Bill Meyer, but not for long. Aiken took it. They get it to the feet of DeYoung. DeYoung tried to go through to Boyd.
Looks like they pushed Boyd up to a little more attacking with the wind here. DeYoung didn't have quite as many chances second half as she did first half, so.
Bill Meyer coming back to get it. Nice ball up the line, and the Trojans look to get it going. We just have not had a whole lot of passes connecting 1, 2, 3 for really for either team, but especially Wayzata today compared to what you might expect. And this will be a Trojans throw here as Hopkins so far not really being able to take advantage much of having the wind.
Here's what I would tell Hopkins. If I'm a Hopkins coach, push up and lock him in. Tight marks, make him turn the ball over to you and try to get a chance. It's just too easy for that throw to find Wayzata feet there.
Now Boyd pushing it ahead, and keeper will race out and get it as Geppert gets there. Now, in addition to the wind, keeper's having to deal with that fairly steady rain falling now too. This will be a throw for Wayzata. Dugan will trigger it back in here for the Trojans. Boyd trying to find some room here to work.
Good technical stuff, good ball forward to DeYoung.
DeYoung trying to force a turnover there. Royals kept possession, but not for long here. Stauber comes back to trap it down, and then Bill Meyer sending it.
The referee's letting him play. He's letting this one get settled without having a huge impact right now.
Yeah, and it got real physical down the stretch of the second half. That's let up a little bit here in OT, but still a pretty physically challenged, contested game here. Not having a lot of balls where you have free reign to do what you like.
The advantage with the Hopkins wind is only 3 minutes remaining in this first overtime. Haven't had a super great chance on net.
There's a high lob there, and Geppert staying with it in the wind and rain to haul it in. Trojans looking to get some attack going the other way, but Charlesworth Sealer sending it ahead. And not going to take any chances there. Paulsgrove clears it out. We'll get a throw for DeYoung.
Nobody in the box yet. Right to, we get a corner kick.
So DeYoung will take this corner here for Hopkins. See, there are a couple, 2, 3 balls ready for play there. DeYoung looking far side, and they can't get to it. So under 2 to go now in the first OT, and not a lot has transpired in terms of any chances here. Which, for if you're Wayzata, is really probably good news, because they're the team that's going into the wind here.
Yeah, you've got to like it if you're Wayzata.
Joust for it at midfield, and the Royals able to come up with it. St. Clair looking for an opportunity, goes up the line, but they didn't connect with that one. Lee, I think, called for it there, but the pass just too far out front. Throw coming for Wayzata. Pops high in the air in the middle here. Trojans looking to at least get the ball out to the outside. And they'll end up clearing it out of play. We get a throw for Hopkins. Looking to go to Boyd, but taken from her. Wayzata player goes down, and now pass finding DeYoung.
Wayzata's done a good job. They've worked hard in this first overtime and shut anything down that Hopkins has had, and they've just got to hold on for another 30-odd seconds here.
DeYoung coming with the throw, and right back out. Get another Hopkins throw in here. See some fatigue now too. Go right back out.
Just
right
got to get a
in.
service in the box. Not bad.
Trojans gain control though and able to clear it. Goes out of play, but that's going to do it for our first OT. We are going to switch ends here and keep on playing here 1-1 as the Royals and Trojans. And again, Chad, not a lot happening, which is probably, you know, to Wayzata's benefit because they are the team not with the wind in their favor.
Probably a psychological win there for Wayzata, even though they didn't do a whole lot that first overtime, but now they have a chance. Hopkins is a little tired and they can try to go at him and create something and not have to go into a shootout.
Hopkins will possess it to start out our second OT as Boyd controls. Sending it up the left side here. Yeager will clear that one out. Throw coming for the Royals. Lee will trigger this one in for Hopkins. You know, it's funny because majority of times, well, most teams would probably say, you know, we just as soon it not go to shootout, but then they play so cautious that there isn't much chance that it won't.
Right.
Throw here for Wayzata. And another one, another 5 yards or so up the line.
Couple tired teams out there right now, I would believe. Question is will somebody find a break, find an error? I don't think he's called any fouls here in overtime, which has been definitely different, like you said, Jay, from the first or the end of the second half there.
Pops up in the air here. Royals struggling to control. Banged out off of Stauber though, and it'll be a Hopkins throw in.
One thing Wayzata can not let DeYoung get in behind him. That is they've done pretty well with that, keeping her in front of him.
St. Clair controlling it here. And then hammered back out of there. We get a throw coming for Hopkins. Charlesworth Sealer triggers it in. St. Clair trying to go up the line with it and didn't end up clearing it off a Wayzata player, so we get a throw. Lots and lots of stops and starts here in OT here. A lot of throw-ins. Not a lot of offense.
Not to blame the players. I think the wind has a huge factor in it, but it's been tough. Once the ball goes out once, there's usually 2 or 3 throw-ins right after it.
Here Wayzata will get a throw. And they turn it over, and Hopkins now gets an opportunity for the throw-in here. We're in our second overtime. Hopkins had the lead for much of regulation. They got a goal just about 15 minutes into the contest, and then they held a 1-0 lead all the way until just under 5 minutes to play in regulation. Wayzata tied it up on a corner kick. Michaela Nelson heading it in off the corner from Kaylin Billmeyer. Got a player a little shaken up. It's DeYoung, it looks like, for Hopkins.
Maybe more tired than injured, but she'll keep fighting.
Out off of Billmeyer, we will get a throw here for the Royals. And now a throw for Wayzata.
And I think the intensity and excitement will, you know, overcome the tiredness. You'll start to see last few minutes here, players going after each other and scrapping for every ball possible.
Jaeger will take the throw. Leininger trying to line it up there. Trojans pushing the issue a little bit, and not much on that shot though by Clarno. Patterson sending it out of there. Trojans pass doesn't connect. We get a throw here for Hopkins. Jaeger with the header, and then Boyd runs her down. Wow, they really are letting him go.
Okay, yeah.
That one.
I almost said the first one maybe a good non-call. Looked a little worse without the intent, but a follow through when Leininger got taken down was probably a foul.
Ellsgrove will take the free kick here for Wayzata. Getting the wind with her a little bit, so they try and get something going.
Good header.
St. Clair winning that ball. Now Boyd trying to send it up to DeYoung. And it will be a throw here for Hopkins. Trojans able to gain possession here, but they just have not connected with any passes in this OT.
The Wayzata defenders have a tendency to not take their time. They just boot that ball. They just go direct with it. A lot of times with this wind goes right out of bounds.
And that one's a misfire into the Trojans bench. We get a throw here for Wayzata. Katie Jaeger taking it.
Here's a chance if Hopkins can connect with each other here.
Boyd looking to spring DeYoung, but no chance there.
Not a great clear by Geppert, but it worked out.
Now coming back to get it with Stauber, but Royals quickly get it back. There's Aiken. That one drilled off of Aiken. We will get a throw here for Wayzata, lining there a little slow to get up, and we get a stoppage.
Looks like an after the play activity.
Yeah, going to be a card, it looks like, on Hopkins. As St. Clair, yes, she'll be issued a yellow. First one we've had in the match. Explaining a little bit to Keith Pavelka what exactly she did there. St. Clair waiting to check in as soon as she's able.
Good win by Aiken again.
Nelson, who scored the Wayzata goal, but went off that one by Lee. And it's going to be a foul call there.
Late chance. Don't know if she'll put it on net or she'll chip it back post, but it's got to be in frame. You can't waste these chances late in the game.
Ellsgrove lining it up. Chipping it toward the net. Patterson pushes it over the top. She just wasn't going to take any chances on that one slipping through her fingers.
Saw it the whole way. A little bit of a dangerous ball in, and she did the right thing. Just made sure she tipped it over.
So a corner kick here for Billmeyer and the Trojans. Up front it comes, trying to get a shot away here. And out of there it comes. It'll be a throw again for Wayzata as they try and put on some late pressure here. Second OT, Jaeger's pass knocked away. Stauber briefly had it. Jaeger ducks out of the way to get her team the throw here.
Here's Wayzata's push. Almost feels like when they needed that goal to tie it up. See what they can put together.
Scramble for that ball.
This will be an interesting situation if he's given a Wayzata indirect kick instead of. No, he's giving it to Hopkins.
So Geiwitz will boom it out of there for Hopkins as they dodge a little bit of a bullet there. Boyd couldn't control it. A throw here for Leininger and Wayzata. And that one knocked back out of play. Wayzata will get another throw.
Late
no,
sub.
I guess not. Hopkins throw.
Or is that St. Clair just getting back from the yellow card?
Yep. Up the line, Stauber nearly had a little room to go there.
Gotta send a ball back corner. It's just getting jammed in here, right back into pressure.
Another throw for Wayzata. Jaeger triggering it into Stauber, but just can't find any room. Royals relieve the pressure briefly, but then Jaeger quickly throws it back in. And right back out. Tries to go corner with that one, and that one's probably going to pretty much do it for our game here. They don't need to put it back here. So we're looking like we're going to head to a shootout here to decide this contest in the Section 6 semifinals. So we have reached the end of overtime, still even all up at one apiece here. Hopkins and Wayzata. The shootout coming your way next year on 12 Sports. And welcome back to Wayzata. Penalty kicks we go to here. The shootout will decide this winner in the Section 6 semis. And just for good measure, it's starting to rain like mad here. As Wayzata will go first here. Bill Meyer will be the first shooter of the shootout. And Patterson hoping to guess right here pretty much as Bill Meyer lines it up. See the rain definitely coming down much harder now. And wind as well. Here's Bill Meyer's attempt, and it is stopped by Patterson as she pretty much put that one right at the keeper, and Bill Meyer able to make the stop.
It's a big first save, but like Jay said, that rain is probably having a pretty big impact on the shooters now. DeYoung's shooting for Hopkins.
Always a little bit of a question too, you know, do you save your top ones for later or do you go with them immediately and try and get the advantage? Here's DeYoung's shot, and that one is stopped. Shepard lunging over to make the stop. So each keeper has made saves here, which, you know, normally obviously the advantage should be with the shooter, but pressure's on a little bit, I guess, both ways, and now Ruby Stauber will step in to shoot here for Wayzata. Here's her shot, and that one is in. Patterson looked like he just got a piece of it, but it still goes in, and Stauber converts. So Wayzata 1 for 2 now in the shootout. You see, she guessed right and did get a piece of it, but not enough.
That wind's got to be coming pretty strong. Wind and rain right in the shooter's face.
Shooter here will be Zdrowski for Hopkins. And she puts it away as Geppert guessed and guessed wrong.
Good
and 1 for 2 now for the Royals also.
Good little feint to get the goalkeeper Geppert to go down to her right, and she slid it by her.
This is going to be Turner shooting now for Wayzata, the third shooter. Each team 1 out of 2. Best of 5. Turner shot, and that one.
Goalie got a piece of it, went off the post.
Yeah, just off the post. I thought it had possibly gone right into that corner, but no good.
Got down and got the right hand on it.
Yeah, just off the post. I thought maybe it hit the inner part of that net. This will be Boyd shooting now for the lead. Here's her shot, and it is good. So Hopkins now leading 2-1 through 3 shooters.
Stepped up with confidence and just drove it to the back of the net.
This will be Svensson shooting now for Wayzata. She's got a shot in the face earlier and went off, but going to be well enough to take her shot in the shootout, and it is good. Patterson again getting a piece of it, but not enough to keep it out.
Patterson looked to go down a little early. All she could do was tip it up into the top of the net.
This will be Geiwitz now shooting for Hopkins. Trying to keep the pressure on. If she makes this, Wayzata will be in a do-or-die situation. Here's her shot, and it is good. Just rolls it low into the corner. So now 1 shooter left, and Hopkins has a 3-2 advantage. Wayzata must convert this one, or it is over. Jaeger will be the shooter. Patterson hoping to guess right here. Here's Jaeger's shot, and it is good. So she keeps them in it, but Hopkins will still have an opportunity to put one away to take the W here.
Good enough to not have the goalie even move on that one.
Rachel St. Clair with an opportunity here. We're tied 3-3, but they have, this will be their 5th and final shooter. St. Clair for the win. Here's her shot. It is good, and Hopkins has done it. The Royals win the shootout 4-3 to secure the victory here over Wayzata. First time they defeated the Trojans in 44 matches dating back to 1995.
Good placement, lower left corner for the victory.
So Hopkins excited with the win. It isn't the section final, it's the semis, so it isn't the ultimate, but beating Wayzata for the first time in any of these players' careers, and really for probably, I don't think many of them were even born, if any, the last time that they defeated Wayzata in girls soccer. So a big victory here for the Royals. A long time with the lead, Chad, and then they come back and didn't really let that Wayzata goal bother them.
Yeah, it was a game of kind of goals that were really separated far apart, and unfortunately sometimes games get decided by shootouts, and you know, hats off to the Hopkins Royals. It was a long streak, and I'm sure their coach talked to them a little bit about it and how significant a win would be here today, and they are not feeling the cold and rain now. They're a happy team.
So the Royals will take on Minnetonka for the section title Tuesday night. Wayzata's season comes to an end here in the semifinals of Section 6. Hope you've enjoyed today's match here. For Chad Morse and all of our crew braving the elements out there, it is Hopkins over Wayzata in a shootout. Good night from Wayzata.